It's the Thesportswire, Saks and Massieh. It's the Thesportswire, Saks and Massieh. It's the Thesportswire, Saks and Massieh.
Wednesday, January 31st, the Sportswire with Saks and Massieh.
It's
We
the
are
Sportswire with Saks and Massieh. I sing that all day. Do you know
Uncle Answers. You know, I had somebody today actually ask me who did that song. It's a professional song, and I said, well, it's a professional person who did the song. It's Uncle Answers, and I showed a picture of Uncle Answers as a puppet because that's what Uncle
That's who
Answers
he is,
is.
yeah.
And
You didn't believe it?
I don't know if he believed it or not, but he was.
Does he
digging,
believe in Kermit the Frog?
Exactly, but he was digging the Sportswire with Saks and Massieh.
And the theme song. I love it. We're professionals, man.
We are professionals. We not only are we on the podcast right now, we're Facebook Live right now. Hopefully, we got a bunch of fans out there listening,
no
watching.
fans yet.
They'll be there. They'll be coming.
They'll be coming.
Yep, they'll be coming around the corner here.
The Kobe looks good in the background.
It does. Look at that. It looks like we're actually in the studio.
Yeah, yeah. My whiteboard's blank though, so we got to.
Oh, look at that. You know why? End of the month. End of the month.
Oh, here we go at the end of the month.
Yep. Hopefully, everything that you needed to funded. Everything that you needed to sell, sold.
I will be broke next month though, so if you have any donations, you want to deliver any loans, send them off my way because we are dry. We have one loan in the pipeline.
You better get
one
hustling.
loan.
Where's your realtors at?
I don't know. We're looking for them.
Yeah,
Realtor of the week.
Realtor of the week. I was just
Hopefully.
going to say that.
Yeah.
Now, is it always on Wednesday that we post the Realtor of the
Yes.
week? It coincides with the Sportswire.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job. Way to pay attention.
Well, you know, end of the month for me as well today. It wasn't too crazy. It was a good day.
It was a good day.
I can't blame craziness. I was not late because the end of the month. I was here on time, early, and I got somebody saying right now I don't see it yet on live.
Maybe.
We're live.
We're live. Facebook
We're live.
Sportswire.
Facebook Live. Look at the Sportswire page.
What's his name?
It's D's Nuts.
Well, we can't say his real name. I was gonna tag him in the picture.
He'll find it. He'll find it.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right. Cool. So, Super Bowl week.
Super Bowl week. Before we get Super Bowl week, we have some life to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? First, we'll start off with a few weeks ago. We talked about my experience at the doctor.
Yes. The copay.
They charged me the $10 to ask my question.
Yes.
Regarding a possible sleep apnea.
Yes.
Now, I had the take-home test for the sleep apnea.
You actually got a take-home test.
I did the take-home test.
That's cool.
Yep, and I connected myself. I was all hooked up to the machinery or whatever. I got back the results on Monday.
What did they say?
Let me find them for you.
You're half dead while you sleep?
Well,
technically?
Probably. So the results are I tested positive for mild sleep apnea. And there is a referral for a CPAP trial, which I should get in the mail in a few days. Now, mild sleep apnea I'm not worried about. But I was talking with my boy D. Frank today, and he said that mild sleep apnea at 31, moderate sleep apnea at 38, by the time you're 45, you have full-blown sleep apnea, and you're going to die.
Okay. So you have about 15 years left.
I don't know. I'll
Do
see
we
what
trust
they say.
These nuts?
Well, that wasn't D's Nuts. That was D. Frank.
Oh, D. Frank.
You got D's Nuts and D. Frank.
Oh, sorry.
They're two peas in a pod.
So confused.
Or two nuts in a sack,
so
if you
you're
want to
going to be
maybe.
dead in 15 years.
I don't know.
That's why we went
That's why I was like, screw it. I'm not worried about mild sleep apnea. But then he got me thinking now mild turns to moderate turns to severe.
It's like a crack. It's like someone who smokes cigarettes and then marijuana and then cocaine. That's kind of the mild, medium, hot.
Mm-hmm. And just for those watching and listening, we do have Max the Yorkie Poo in-house.
Yes. Oh, you're going to go grab the dog. Here we go.
Max the Yorkie Poo in-house, live. Yeah. Got a haircut, looking good.
Yeah, fresh. Looking fresh to death, son. $50. Well spent.
Wow. I would have done it for $40.
Oh, really?
I got a pair of Buzz clippers at my house. That's all they did, right?
I don't think you can.
Clippers, and they put a 50-cent handkerchief around her neck.
Well, next time we'll stop by the Saks residence.
No problem.
So
that's
you're dead in 15 years.
Dead in 15 years. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I don't know if I want to do the whole CPAP nonsense or that's some machine that they hook up with.
CPAP. Sorry, wrong.
No, that's some machine that you sleep with or something that helps with the breathing. I don't know. So it's been an interesting week as well in the
Sleeve?
Saks household.
Oh, really? Sleeve is here. Did you
Sleeve
see
is here.
Sleeve?
I didn't see him. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where he's
text
at.
us. He doesn't.
He's MIA.
Yeah, he had a big
He's
day.
missing.
Missing in action.
Sleeve is missing. We thought he'd be here for the podcast, but he's not here. He's missing. He's going to be here all weekend. He wants to maybe do edition over the weekend where he can partake.
Sportswire special edition with Sleeve.
Super Bowl with Sleeve.
I don't know. That's risky.
Big Nastics.
I don't think we have room in here for big nastics.
We'd have to do it from the
Very
Saks residence.
small office.
So we got Sleeve. Sleeve's in town.
Welcome, Sleeve.
Welcome to
Yes.
Dago. We're going to have to take him for a burrito.
Yeah,
JV's. He loves JV's.
JV's is good.
He
Surf
promised
and turf.
he'd get 2 burritos at JV's.
Surf and turf.
And let's see here. Wanted to talk about, we got Max in house at home where we podcasted from the last couple times at my house. We got Kruzer there.
Yeah, the big, enormous dog.
The 90-pound lab. The 10-year-old lab.
So what happened?
So
He's
it's
dead?
been no, he's
Still alive.
he's still alive.
Okay.
Still alive and kicking. But he's been waking up in the middle of the night and crying to be taken out because he's had a soft serve. He's been soft serving around my neighborhood.
Diarrhea? Oh, man.
Soft serve around the
Who
neighborhood.
cleans that up?
Brit.
Oh, okay.
But you can't get it all.
No.
It's soft serve
gotta
and
do
you're
like
bagging it.
A hose.
Exactly. She should really be walking around with a hose.
Yeah. So
Cruzer's middle of the night,
What'd you feed
1:30,
him? Did you poison him?
2:30, 3:30, whatever time it is, at least once in the middle of the night, the past week, he's crying that he's got to go out. And me,
You're not moving because you got to sneak
I'm not getting up to get. So I'd give it a little nudge. I'm like, hey, dog's crying. She gets up and she takes him out. Now, do you think that it's wrong of me not to take the dog out?
It's not wrong of you, especially given the circumstances, because she's not working right now. Tell that
Well, she's
story.
off for the week.
Yeah.
There's asbestos in her building.
What are the odds of that?
Hey, I'll take a paid week.
So if she's off for the week, you are completely in your, what's the word I'm looking for?
In the clear?
In the clear of letting her go take out the diarrhea dog.
The thing is that she sleeps with earplugs from my sleep apnea, so she's
man,
not hearing it. So
you
I'm
guys are a
hearing it.
mess.
I'm hearing it, but it's like it's not my dog. It was
And
her
then this
dog
weekend
that I
you
acquired.
have Sleeve too.
We got Sleeve. We got the diarrhea dog. It's
The
going to be a
Sleeve-
heck of a
the
household.
Snoring monster. This is not going to be good.
Yeah, so-
and you want to have the Super Bowl at your house. You want to host the Super Bowl?
Going to host a Super Bowl.
Jeez, I don't know if I want to be anywhere near that house.
Well, update though. Yesterday was the first night the dog didn't need to go out.
Okay, good.
So hopefully he's getting better.
I forgot we were live. I'm just sitting here flexing.
People can see what the real Massieh is, sitting there flexing, playing with his hairline.
I keep forgetting we're live.
So that's kind of my week. And then I made one other realization this week, that people are nuts when they drive on the freeway. Is it me, or do people drive faster than they ever driven before? I'm on the way to work.
I think you're getting old. I think that's what
I'm
it
telling
is.
you, I'm going 78 miles per hour.
78?
Yep.
Okay, and people are
People
flying
are
by.
zooming by me. And then you have the people who think that just because they put their blinker on means that they can get over the lane.
No, yeah, I hate those people.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That does not mean you can just go. The blinker does not mean go. It means I am preparing to go. See me. Here I am. Now there's room. Now I'm going.
Yes, and if there is no room, you either speed up or slow down.
Right. It should be assigned to the person, okay, either you're going to speed up so I can go, or you're going to fall back so I can go in.
Yeah.
But people don't respect that.
They just
it's kind of
go.
like the merge. It's supposed to be a zipper when you merge. People
That's a
don't
good
do that.
analogy.
It's just like a zipper.
Maybe they should make a zipper sign.
Maybe there should be a campaign.
Because the merge sign is not clear at all. If you think
It's
about
terrible.
it.
It's a struggle.
The zipper sign makes more sense.
It should be a zipper.
Yeah. That's
There we
crazy.
go.
All right, cool.
So you heard here on the Sportswire.
The zipper.
The zipper. Now,
To a
getting to
county near
sports. Super Bowl
Oh, yeah, this is
weekend.
a sports wire.
This is a Sportswire
Yes.
with Saks and Massieh. Our final podcast of January. On the last day of January, January 31st. Is it dollar scoops at Baskin-Robbins today?
Is Baskin Robbins still around?
There's one right by the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They got one in that shopping center.
I
By
wouldn't know.
AO4321.
I wouldn't know. I don't want diabetes.
No.
Okay. Sleep apnea is worse.
I did have a California burrito.
Today for lunch? No wonder you didn't want Poke 1.5.
Yeah,
You're saying no
California
more.
burrito for lunch. Because
From where?
Tacos Revolucion.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
been there before.
we went there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
It was
place
good.
is the sauce, the peanut butter sauce.
Dude, that's so hot.
Spicy.
You can't even touch it.
No.
Somebody I went with took one little thing of it, on fire.
Yeah, I cry every single time.
Yeah, no bueno.
Yeah. Super Bowl week.
Super Bowl week, Super Bowl weekend, Super Bowl Sunday
I
coming
think
up.
we're the only people pumped up for the Super Bowl. There's no news on ESPN.
I haven't heard. The only thing I heard of was that Tom Brady, something with his daughter. Somebody said something
on the
in an
radio.
interview. I
Tom,
don't
if
know.
you're listening, we will never make fun of your daughter, your wife. We worship you, Tom.
Exactly. The GOAT.
The GOAT. The greatest person ever. Best hair, best looks, best wife. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Best life.
Best life. Super Bowl champ, athlete. He's got it all. Millionaire, multi-millionaire.
Was he 5-time Super Bowl champion? Going for number 6.
About to be 6.
About to be 6.
Are you going with the Patriots here?
I'm going with the Patriots.
Going with
you
the
had
Patriots.
the Eagles. I had the Patriots. Is this changing?
No, I'm a big Tom Brady fanboy, I guess you can call it. But I want the Eagles to win. I want them to dethrone the dynasty, and I want them to fall apart. Just Tom Brady gets traded to the Raiders or something crazy where this just crumbles the whole dynasty because they lose. No?
Is this the last shot that this Belichick-Brady combination have to win a Super Bowl?
How old is Brady? 40?
He's 40.
I think so.
Do you think this is the last shot? This
Well,
is the end of the era.
That's tough. I don't know.
It's been going on for a dozen years now. The whole Belichick-Brady. Is it the end of the Belichick-Brady era?
I don't know. We have fans now who can comment live. So
They can comment
you guys
live.
can comment. We're watching. We're reading. Don't make us laugh because we're not professionals yet. So we will laugh to your comments. But I think they still have a couple more years left. If Tom Brady stays healthy, the team around him's young, right? There's no...
Yeah, the team around them.
Tom's the oldest player on that team.
And it seems like the Patriots...
Oh,
whoever,
Harrison is older than him.
Yeah. Whoever the Patriots plug in, at whatever position it is, somehow, some way, they become champions.
Well, I think it's coaching. I think...
It's the Belichick
the
way.
scheme
the
is
Brady
there.
way.
I think they put you at free safety. They might have a different outcome.
They might. And speaking of the coaching, aren't they losing their defensive coordinator is becoming the head coach of, I think, the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely going to be some change in their coaches, in their offensive coordinator, their defensive coordinator possibly. So it'll be interesting. I do think that this could be the last year that Brady and Belichick have a chance to win another Super Bowl. D's Nuts is telling us that the defensive and offensive coordinator are gone.
I thought the offensive coordinator was...
Is it Josh McDaniels?
Yeah, he's going somewhere?
I don't know. I don't recall
I don't
seeing
see
him
it.
going somewhere. But
I
we can
think
have our
D's Nuts
fact
is just
checkers. Our
fact
fact
checker D's
checkers.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Speaking of fact-checking, did you watch the State of the Union?
I did not watch the Union. I was at a happy hour last night, so I missed it.
Oh, you did something social.
I
That's
did.
interesting.
I was social. I heard that it was very inspirational. I heard that he was very presidential.
I heard it. I watched some of it and fell asleep to it. It's the most awkward thing I think I've seen in a long time, where like half the crowd stands and applauds. Like I get it, politics, but they were clapping for some weird stuff sometimes, and their facial expressions were all captured. And don't get this the wrong way, but they were all white people, and they were just. It just didn't make sense.
Well, there was talk about how Melania didn't stand when he talked about faith and family or something, and everyone picks everything apart.
They were saying that her outfit had some hidden message.
Stormy Daniels, maybe it was a message to Stormy Daniels.
Oh, we got the best speech ever. Best speech ever.
Well,
Big supporter.
D's Nuts is a huge supporter
I could
of
tell.
Donald J.
Yes. So he said that offensive coordinator is going to the Colts. Why would he do that? That doesn't make any sense.
Andrew Luck.
So this is they're horrible though.
Are they only bad because they didn't have Andrew Luck?
Well, what did they do the year before?
They lost Andrew Luck during the season. He's been out a year and a half or so far.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Max, can you settle down, please? We're trying to do a show. I love these nuts. What's going on here?
There's a bromance going on. I don't know what's going on here. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go grab my puppy Max.
Max the Yorkie Poo?
Spark it.
All right.
Max, you're about to be a star.
Now Gronk has suffered a concussion in the AFC Championship game. He left in the second quarter. He's still in concussion protocol. Does Gronk play Super Bowl Sunday?
I think he has to.
I think there's no doubt he does. I think even if he has a concussion and still has a concussion, they're going to make sure that he doesn't have a concussion.
How do you do that?
You just say that he doesn't. That's how you do it.
That's the NFL.
That's the NFL for you. They're not going to miss Gronkowski. He's not going to miss the Super Bowl.
I don't think he'll miss, and I don't think he has a concussion anymore. That hit wasn't that hard. I'm just saying that because I thought the penalty was BS. But
Football.
he's playing.
We talked about it last week.
He's playing in a Super Bowl. How many Super Bowls has he missed?
He missed all last
year,
season.
right? Yeah.
He missed the Super Bowl.
But he still got the ring for that, right?
Yeah, still got the ring.
Yeah.
I would think he was on the team. He should have gotten the ring.
No, he didn't play last year.
He was still on the team. He was on the injured reserve. He was on the injured reserve. But he has to play. There's no way that he's not going to play. Brady, Gronk,
Devil's advocate, if he does not play, does that change the dynamic of the game?
It makes it a little more difficult for the Patriots, but I don't think it really affects them where it's going to say if Gronk doesn't play, they don't win the Super Bowl. So it's nice to have. He's uncoverable. He's a beast. He's an absolute monster, the guy. He's a mismatch for any linebacker out there can't cover him. He's a wide receiver playing tight end. Can't cover him. I love when you have like players just like grasping at him and holding him and dragging him.
Just
he's just
falling off.
And he's still running.
But he's got some injuries. I mean, he's not 100%.
Right. He had the elbow injury.
Yep.
He's
still bothers him.
Concussion. He's definitely had injuries, but the kid's an absolute monster. He's great at press conferences. I love watching him.
Have you seen his booze cruise that he does?
Oh, yeah, the Budweiser or whatever that he does. Yeah.
We should go on that in our next life.
We should. Remember when you, me, and Sleeve went on a weekend booze cruise?
That was a very expensive cruise.
Well, for Sleeve.
At the casino, yeah.
You had the epic comeback.
Oh, man. Remember
the
that?
most epic of all comebacks.
Down to my last, like, $10 or $15.
You went on a run to recoup the funds, and I remember walking with you to the little kiosk thing, and you saying, this is it, I'm done. Putting the money in and getting it back on your ship card.
Isn't that crazy?
That was a crazy run we had.
That was a good run.
Those were the days.
Back in the accurate days.
Back in the days.
So Gronk plays, Patriots win, you still think?
I'm still going with the Patriots winning the Super Bowl.
I say Gronk doesn't play, Eagles win.
Are you just doing this to be devil's advocate and make interesting radio?
No, of course, we are interesting radio, Saks, win or lose. I just don't think...
So you truly don't think Gronk's going to play?
I don't know. All the news I'm reading, signs point that he's not playing. But maybe it's that Belichick diversion.
And nobody's talking about Brady's hand anymore.
Done. Well, that healed up pretty quickly.
And it didn't seem like it was an issue for him in the AFC
But they're not talking about
game.
anything. That's what's concerning to me.
There's no talk coming out of the Super Bowl at all.
I haven't even seen previews for the commercials.
I don't even know what channel it's on.
Shit. I don't either.
Speaking of channels, though...
Do you have that channel?
I'm sure I do. Announced today, Fox is going to be the new home of Thursday Night Football.
Oh,
It'll no longer be CBS.
CBS and Sports Network or something, right?
CBS and the NFL Network were doing it. Yeah,
that was horrible. I couldn't even watch half the games.
Yep. The next 5 seasons, Thursday Night Football will be on Fox.
Nice.
So,
how much did they pay for that?
I think it was something crazy. I saw the number. It was just ridiculous. $60 million a year or something.
No way.
Something like that.
Do they sell that much revenue?
They must.
Ad space?
Even with the Super Bowl, even with ratings being down, it's still a ridiculous moneymaker.
Dude, that's nuts.
These nuts.
Are ratings down, or are you just listening to
I think ratings are down. I think ratings are truly down. I think a lot of...
fact check that?
I didn't personally look at the numbers. I've heard, but
we're on air live now. Okay.
I believe that they're down. When you think about the veterans in this country, we do loans. We do a lot. We deal with a lot of veterans. I've heard gripings from multiple people how they're upset at how these players handled the whole kneeling for the anthem. I've had, I was going over to a veteran's house to watch Thursday Night Football games, and he decided he's not going to host it anymore. He doesn't want to watch football.
No way.
So it's definitely affected.
Intense, huh?
It's definitely affected a bunch of people who just
they didn't do it in the playoffs, huh? No one took a knee in the playoffs.
It seems like we're over that whole thing too.
But it was playoffs, I guess.
Playoffs,
different caliber of teams, maybe in the playoffs.
I don't know.
Different rules. Did Roger Goodell say, "Look"?
I feel like the last 4 weeks we have not seen
I haven't seen anything
or
taking
heard
in the-
of the kneeling.
No, that's crazy.
But it seems like there's bigger news in football than
The Super Bowl.
Than the Super Bowl. Alex Smith, no longer in the AFC West. He will be moving to the NFC East. Traded for cornerback Kendall Fuller and a third-round pick to the Washington Redskins.
Does that help the Redskins? 100%. Who was their quarterback? Cousins?
Cousins.
So where does he go?
He's the Jets, possibly.
Oh, that's a good move.
The Dolphins, possibly.
You don't like Jay Cutler in Miami?
I don't think Jay Cutler.
Wasn't he retired and they begged him to come back?
There's a bunch of teams that are looking for a quarterback. You know who I think gets hurt the most with this deal?
Got to be the Chiefs and the West.
Case Keenum would have been the best veteran player on the free agent market, quarterback-wise. Now you look at it, and you have Kirk Cousins. He's an above-average quarterback. I think that Kirk Cousins is a very, very good quarterback. Alex Smith is an efficient quarterback. Kirk Cousins is an above-average quarterback. I think they're different style players. I just don't see... What a deal for Alex Smith, though. He had 1 year left on his contract. I think he's signing a 4 or 5 year extension as part of the trade to Washington. It'll be all-time high. What is it here? $94 million with $71 guaranteed are the rumors.
So we got traded and then gets an extension.
An extension as part of the trade. He agreed to a 4-year extension. They're saying it's about $94 million with $71 guaranteed. Crazy.
So you're saying the Chiefs aren't hurt at all by this move? Who's their quarterback now?
They're going with their first-round pick from 2017, Patrick Mahomes.
So what does this do to the AFC West? The Broncos stink. The Raiders just didn't look good this last year.
Carr took a step back this year. You have, John Gruden coming in to become the coach of the Raiders, but I still don't I think that the Chargers are the strongest team in the West.
I can't believe it.
If they can put it together, maybe get a field goal kicker, or they did sign one. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. They signed Roberto Aguayo or whatever.
From the MLS or something. Just joking.
So...
But the Chargers will be the favorites in the West now.
I think the Chargers will be the favorite. I think the Raiders will be decent.
But why would the Chiefs do this?
They like their kid.
They have another year left on the contract. Why not groom the kid one more year?
Yeah. They thought 1 year was enough. They're going with the kid. They're handing him the reins. They're handing him the keys.
Strange.
Alex Smith, what is it? 7 playoff appearances, only 2 wins, I believe.
He's not a winner. I mean,
he's not going to win you Super Bowl.
No.
He's efficient. He'll run a good, steady offense, but I don't think he's going to win you Super Bowl.
No, we're in the new era now, I think.
Just like Case Keenum's not going to win you Super Bowl, and that's why the Vikings
collapsed.
Didn't go.
Yeah. You're right.
It's a different league than years past, and there hasn't really been any young superstar quarterbacks lately, I don't feel.
Nobody.
You think about Deshaun Watson, good rookie quarterback, got hurt, was having a really good year. Carson Wentz, Jared Goff. I don't know. They're good quarterbacks, very good quarterbacks, but
they're not elite.
There's not a Brady, there's not a Rodgers, there's not a Manning,
or Roethlisberger,
no Rivers. I'm not seeing that. So what kind of league is it? It's not a running back league anymore. You're not spending a first-round draft really on a running back. You can go third round and get a really good running back. Look at Kareem Hunt. So
it might be a defensive league. We might be shifting to a defensive.
It's all about that line. These successful teams all have a really good line. And I think that's the biggest thing. The difference that's going to be for Alex Smith is the line, I believe, is better in Washington than it is in Kansas City. I really just don't see Alex Smith. I don't know why you trade for Alex Smith to be your quarterback. It just doesn't make sense. It would make sense to me for a team like Cleveland. that doesn't have their young quarterback
But
yet.
why would they? Cleveland should.
That needs a year or two.
They're not going to spend
groom.
$94 million on a quarterback.
No, but for a year,
But who are you going to get in
Alex
Cleveland?
Smith,
Who are you gonna,
to have him for a
a
year,
third-round draft pick?
to get your first-round draft pick this year, get a quarterback and groom the quarterback over the year from a guy like Alex Smith. Yes, I see that, but not for a 5-year, 6-year. Having him as your long-term guy.
Yeah, there's no way he stays in the league for 4 more years, right?
I don't see him finishing out the contract with Washington and staying there. Why would they?
Nuts.
Why would they go in that direction? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Maybe they thought he was the missing piece, the consistency they needed, even though
They do have some good talent there. They have, Crowder, Reed, Thompson on offense. They have a solid line. Jay Gruden's a good coach, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
They're talking about Dak on the Cowboys.
Dak's a very good quarterback. I don't see him as elite. I think he's been enjoying the success of having a great line. And we've seen that with the running backs that have come in and out of Dallas and had success. And it's because of a great line. The line's able to give him the time in the pocket. Yeah, he can.
But they're not
complete
winning.
throws. Right? They haven't done anything. They didn't make the playoffs this year.
Did they make it last year?
I don't even know if they made it last year. I don't think they did.
I think they made it last year, but they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean that they're in a bigger drought than the New York Knicks are. I think
76, is that the year?
No, I think it was like 94 or 95 since their last Super Bowl. That's a long time.
Who?
Cowboys.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Knicks.
Oh, Knicks were like 76.
I think it was 70. Yeah, that documentary that you saw.
Knicks are horrible.
They're not even in the playoffs right now.
No.
But we'll get to that later. A little NBA.
Yeah. In conclusion, the West is wide open.
The West is wide open. When you look at the AFC, I think the AFC is wide open.
Well, you have Pittsburgh, who's always a good team.
But
Patriots, you're
the
never going to
best days of Pittsburgh
are over.
with Ben Roethlisberger are behind them. Yes, you have Antonio Brown. You have Le'Veon Bell, who's unhappy with his contract and does not want to be tagged again this year. And who knows if that had any effect on the Pittsburgh Steelers in their loss to Jacksonville. So you have them. Buffalo Bills made the playoffs this year. They are not a good team at all.
So it looks like the AFC's wide open.
AFC is wide
open.
The Jags.
Are they the best team in the AFC besides the Patriots?
I don't know.
It'll be rough.
And who else do you have that is Baltimore Ravens? They collapsed. Tennessee Titans are not a good football team.
No.
It's a wide open AFC.
Yeah.
It really is.
It should be fun. I think we'll have more exciting stuff next year.
Patriots' best days are probably behind them. You don't see Tom Brady getting
Tom Brady
better.
says he's going to play for 5 years if he doesn't get hurt.
I just don't see the Patriots getting any better. It really is a wide open league for any team out there in the NFL in general, AFC even more so. If you have a good offseason, put together a good team, you can really win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right. I think the league is wide open next year.
It is, and it's great for football. It's great that there is such parity in the league. To think about a team like Jacksonville and everyone hated on the Jacksonville market, to see them go so far this year.
Yeah, they were 2-1 whatever.
You see a team like Tennessee go where they went this year, make it to the playoffs. A franchise like Buffalo Bills, who haven't had success in a long time, go to the playoffs. Anything can happen.
What are your thoughts on this XFL?
We didn't talk about that last.
The Vince McMahon XFL.
They're in 2020. They will get back in the league.
Why 2020?
I think they're going to take. They got to figure out everything. There's a lot to figure out. How are we going to get players? Are they going to go after kids graduating high school to bypass college? I was talking to somebody about that today, and he said that he thinks that they're going to go after kids in high school to bypass college for the 3 years and then go to the NFL. But
so they can get paid, right?
Exactly.
That's smart.
Is it good for society, though, to have these kids not go to college? How are they going to manage their funds, these kids? We see enough.
College is pointless for athletes.
Did you watch Shark Tank?
I did watch. I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it? There's sometimes you got a young kid on there, and
they tell him to go back to school.
They tell him that they'll only invest if he stays in school or something like that.
Well, the Sharks didn't even go to school, bro. Damon Jones. He didn't go to
Damon
school.
John.
He started
Mark
food
Cuban in
Did
Indiana
Mark Cuban go to
University.
school?
Yep,
Graduated?
Indiana.
I thought he dropped out.
I think he completed at Indiana. I think he's.
I don't know about the other two.
I don't know about Lori. And I don't know.
QVC, right?
Yeah, she's QVC. Robert Hershevik.
Robert did not go to college. I don't
Mr.
think.
Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful. I don't know anything about him. I don't even know where
He's
came
Canadian.
from. So what does that mean?
I'm just saying that he's from Canada.
Have you been to Canada?
Of course, I love Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
Never been.
We're thinking of taking a trip to Vancouver. Actually, doing Vancouver, Seattle, and the
Nice.
when it gets warmer. Great city, Vancouver.
Oh, really? Never been there.
They also have a hockey team. The Canucks.
Canucks. I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Good talk.
NFL. Anything else before we move on? What do you want for Super Bowl?
What do you mean, food?
Yeah, we're gonna do chips, guac, and salsa, of course.
I can't eat carbs, so I can't have the chips. I can have the guac and salsa.
It's not only about you.
Well, you just asked me what
Okay.
I wanted, so
All
I'm
right.
telling you what I wanted.
What would you want? Some protein?
Protein would be good.
Okay.
Not like a protein shake, but like steak,
No. Okay.
Oh.
I was thinking
chicken.
either maybe bringing in from like Dickie's Barbecue. They do those things where
Oh,
they
like the
give you all the
platters.
meats and stuff.
Yeah.
We could do that, or we could just grill. But then if I grill, then I have to go out there and grill and miss part of the game
yeah.
and commercials and all that.
That
So
sounds
that
funny.
was the reason why I was thinking of maybe ordering.
Let's get some
in, but
recommendations on our Facebook page and see if anyone.
You
out
can't
there.
go wrong with pizza. You know I'm a big pizza
But
fan.
pizza is carbs. Some of us are watching our figure. Man, it's kind of small.
Big Nastics.
Where is he here?
No.
Did he respond? Text?
I haven't heard from
Doesn't he
him.
have a flight? An outgoing flight?
He's MIA.
I don't think.
MIA.
I don't think he
Outgoing
got
flight
it.
today. Then he's coming back in tomorrow at 9:30. I gotta go pick his
At
ass
night?
up at the airport. Mm-hmm.
I gotta drop the car off, so maybe after work, I come to your
Okay.
house and you come by here
Okay.
and drop me off to the smart car. Gotta drive the smart car around.
I can't wait to see him in the smart car.
No, I'm gonna give him the Prius.
No, you got to give him the smart car.
I don't think he'll drive.
Come
it.
on.
No.
He has no choice. He canceled the rental car.
It's true.
So I think he's got to have the smart
I don't know if
car.
I want him in the smart car representing, aka lending tips.
I can just see him coming out of the smart car
In the gym,
and from the gym looking like a slob,
I'm
like a
telling
big
you.
Nastics.
he'll get more girls than he'll ever get before.
Oh, classic sleeve.
NBA, big week.
Big week. It seems like it was a big week in the NBA.
Big
but-
quiet week.
Exactly. There you go. Big
Blake
quiet
Griffin,
week. Blake
gone.
Griffin. Goodbye, LA.
Shipped.
Goodbye, LA.
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it coming either. The more I thought about it, though, Blake Griffin's not the guy you build a team around. He's not a superstar. You build a franchise, you build a championship around. So why not get rid of that salary? Why not get rid of him? Move on.
And he's been injured. I don't
Injury
remember a
prone.
last time he's played a full season.
I don't know if he has. He missed his whole rookie year. He was rookie of the year his second year.
Oh, yeah.
Because he missed his rookie season.
I
And
forgot about
Max is
that.
biting me.
No biting, Max. Max, no biting. She likes playing with people's hands.
I could tell.
What's wrong with her? Hey, you got to settle down, bro.
So, yeah, Blake Griffin, injury prone, not the superstar you build your team around. Is there a big guy in the league anymore that you do build a Super Bowl? I mean, a
Super Bowl?
a championship
There's
team
no
around?
Shaq. There's no Kareems. There's no big guy. It's not a big guy league anymore. It's a power
Right.
forward league, point guard league, shooting guard league maybe. But there's no center anymore.
Right. There's Dwight Howard was never able to become a superstar.
He has. He tried,
He tried. He couldn't do it.
and he just couldn't finish it.
He just didn't have the personality either.
I had
could
a
have.
bet. Petty officer, or chief, I should say,
Chief.
said that Dwight Howard would be better than Shaq.
Oh.
Not even close.
Didn't even
Stats
come
wise,
close. The Big
winning
Diesel.
wise, attitude. You can't compare anyone to the Big Diesel, I don't think. He was one of a kind.
Absolutely.
320, 40 pounds, whatever he was.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Yao Ming. There's no big guys anymore. Patrick Ewings.
There is really no. When you look at Joel Embiid, he's having a good year this year.
Did you see that game against the Thunder?
No,
Oh, man. Great back and forth. He dunked on Russell Westbrook.
he's
And
fun
then
to watch.
Stared him down and then posted it on Instagram
Wow.
after they lost. I could see him winning and then posting it. But do you post after you lose a game? I guess it doesn't mean anything to him, right?
He lost. There's nothing he can do. He still had fun.
Yeah, you don't post that you lost.
What can you?
I don't go, oh, I just lost a loan. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the new lender.
I go, piece of shit. I just keep to myself and get angry. I only post the good stuff. You don't post a loss.
Well, isn't that what social media is about? People just the positivity and you know the rainbows and sunshine and unicorns. None of the actual real life shit.
So I should start posting when a loan gets denied.
I think people.
Loan denied.
It would be more interesting to see people's real lives instead of the facade, the bullshit that they do put up on social media. I know people.
I try to be as real as possible.
I know people who, you know, put all this positivity and all this stuff and that stuff on it, but I know that they're just miserable people. And it's like, come on, who are you tricking? The people who don't know you, maybe you're tricking, but the people who actually know you, I know you're still a miserable human being.
So it looks like Floyd Mayweather's making the leap to MMA.
Is he?
Yep.
We'll see. I don't know. Is he going to fight Conor McGregor rematch in Conor's turf?
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
Home field now for Conor.
He could make $1 billion, he said, in 3 fights.
$1 billion.
Isn't that
Money May? Amazing. The guy is
40 years old, highest paid athlete, dominating headlines still. Took over our Thesportswire.
So NBA, Blake Griffin. Now, do you like it for Detroit to trade?
Love it for Detroit. Love
Why?
it for the Clippers. Detroit needs a bad guy who can dunk on people.
I don't really know anything about Detroit. Everybody knows that I'm not a big basketball guy. I do just try to keep up with stuff for the Sportswire. I will watch if there's a game on and it's really the only thing on, I will watch.
So the Pistons are number 9 right now in the playoffs. So halfway through, pretty much. Close to halfway through.
Right,
number
2 games out
spot.
of the number 8 spot.
So this helps them with that 2-game leap. They're going to finish off maybe 5 or 6 in the standings now.
Looking at the 8 teams currently in the playoffs, you have Boston, Toronto, Cleveland.
Those 3 for sure, right?
Okay.
All the time.
Miami, Washington, Milwaukee.
Hot teams. The worst team is the 76ers, and they're young and they're dumb. And
You think they're the worst team? You don't think?
Out of the 8. The Bucks fired their coach, still winning. They went on a 5.
They're the Jason Kidd team with the Greek Freak.
With the Greek Freak. Won 4 in a row since they fired Jason Kidd.
That's true.
Is that a sign? No. Just get lucky. Schedule it. 76ers are the worst team in that top 8.
I don't even know who's on the Indiana Pacers anymore.
Neither do I. Let's find out, because we can do that with the Sportswire.
With Saks and Massieh, it's a Sportswire.
Al Jefferson, TJ Leaf, Victor Oladipo. He's pretty sick.
Yeah, he makes $21 million. He better be sick.
$21 million?
$21 million, Victor Oladipo.
He's in his 3rd year, I think, too.
Thaddeus Young.
4th year. Wow. What a big contract for that kid.
All these contracts in the NBA are crazy.
Well, they have a pretty low salary cap. Except Victor. $10 million for Darren
Thaddeus Young making almost $15 million.
I don't even know how he's still playing.
I don't even know who he is.
He's been in the league for a while.
10 years from Georgia Tech.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a while. At 12 points per game. So I think that the Pistons made the right move. The Clippers also made the right move. They freed up their calorie space.
Their calorie space? Are you thinking about all those carbs you're going to have at my house on Sunday?
You and Sleeve are going to ruin my diet.
Oh, man.
Yeah. We got 3 people watching. Oh, your boy. Amrish.
Oh, Amrish, my man.
Amrish. Are you watching from India like Saks would say?
No, he's in the Netherlands. Okay, come on, get it right. Get it right.
And
my boy Amrish.
We got Hugo.
Do you know Hugo?
I know Hugo. Hugo's a real estate agent.
Oh, man.
In the Southern District of California.
Nice.
He
South Bay?
South Bay. Where else? National City.
National City, yeah.
East
you
County.
Can do National City, Chula Vista.
He closed a deal in the middle of nowhere. I think that's still giving them headaches.
Was it a USDA loan?
It was, no, it was a 1% down loan.
Oh, lovely.
In the middle of nowhere. And the guy's still complaining about the request for repairs. Pain.
Do you remember we did that one loan where we had that whole issue with requests for repairs? Superstar Rami Realtor was the realtor on it?
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember? There was some sort of leak.
Oh, flood.
There's
At the buzzer.
At the buzzer.
At the final walkthrough.
Yeah.
Never seen
Funding
that before.
day. Mm-hmm.
That was after like one of the biggest storms
Yep.
we've seen. Amazing. And it was our fault, right?
Amrish, is that...
Amrish.
Sorry, Amrish. My apologies. Amrish commented that I called him a rash. And I do know why I called him a rash.
Oh, yeah, why? Because you just got off the phone with tech support?
No. Britt has somebody she follows from Arizona who she's friends with or acquaintances with, and his name is Arash.
This story is getting way too... Just say sorry.
I apologize to Amrish for calling him Arash. But he's the man, does good work for us. We do appreciate it. And I do once again apologize. I'm glad to have the opportunity at least.
Live.
To apologize for calling him the wrong name.
So, Clippers, good move.
Good. I think it was a good move.
Kevin Love, out 6 weeks. What do you do there in Cleveland?
Can it get any worse for Cleveland?
They're struggling.
After they have their Browns go 0-16, they have their Cavs starting to fall apart. When things looked like they couldn't get any worse for the Cavaliers.
Here it is.
Kevin Love, first quarter, breaks his hand, out 6 to 8 weeks. What do they do in Cleveland?
They got to trade. But who? Who are they going to sign right now that could help them?
Where do you even start with the help? Besides LeBron James, is anybody else untouchable? Or do they trade LeBron?
Oh, come on.
LeBron's going to leave at the end of the year anyway.
No, he's not.
So you think...
You can't trade LeBron James.
Why not?
When you're third in the division.
The only reason they're third is because of LeBron James.
But you can make it to the NBA Finals with LeBron James.
Max was just making this really weird face.
Max is
like
cold.
She was stoned.
She's cold.
Oh.
You cold? She's cold. She's scared Amrish might eat her. We know those Indian kids.
Oh, man. And
Protein. I could say that because I know him. You can't just be racist for no reason.
I wasn't being racist.
Okay, Arash. Anyways, you don't trade LeBron. You build
Who do you
around...
trade? Jay Crowder?
You trade Dwayne Wade.
J.R. Smith?
J.R. Smith. You trade Channing Frye. You trade somebody.
What are they going to net you that's going to help you?
I don't know, Saks.
I don't think
you have to go after...
They have the pieces to make the trade that's going to help them.
They have cash. Quicken loan, son. Get some cash out there.
Rocket Mortgage?
Rocket Mortgage. Go build around LeBron. There's some players out there on, like the Hawks, for example. Why not sign one of these star small forwards or guards from the Hawks?
What's the deal with Isaiah Thomas?
Sucks.
So, do they keep Isaiah Thomas?
You're thinking trade him?
I don't know.
I don't think.
First of all, the fan base is going to go out of their mind.
I would go out of my mind after losing Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
This is rough. I don't know what you do in Cleveland.
I think it's over. It's over for Cleveland.
This year or
it's over for Cleveland. Their run has been had this year, and LeBron's not going to stay. LeBron's out. Every team is clearing up space to make a run.
They did that 4 years ago,
and he left.
Yeah, he left to go back to Cleveland. That was an obvious move.
It kind of hits home for me to leave somewhere to come back.
Yeah, you are the LeBron James of mortgages.
LBJ.
You're not that good.
Just call me LBJ.
You're not that good, but you're good enough. LeBron is going to Houston next year. Why would he go to Houston?
Why?
Why would he go to play with James Harden?
James Harden, Chris Paul, Trevor Ariza.
That's it.
That's it. It's a lot better than Cleveland.
Houston's struggling.
They're struggling at 36-13.
Well, they're not going to beat the Warriors.
They have 7 more wins than the Cavaliers have, and they don't even have LeBron James. Imagine if they had LeBron James.
Undefeated.
They could contend with the Golden State.
They could. Why doesn't he go to the Warriors?
Might as well,
Would
right?
you watch
Kevin
that?
Durant. Oh, I would hate it. I would.
Curry, Thompson, Durant. What's the other guy's name who pisses people off?
Green,
and then LeBron.
Man, oh man.
Starting 5.
It wouldn't even be fun. They would just make it to the playoffs, and then they can just destroy everybody.
Yeah. That's crazy to even think about. Lakers.
They're still 6 games out.
Lakers,
same as last
They
week.
lost 2 in a row, but
Same as last week.
But they're not the worst team in basketball anymore. That's
No.
the good news.
They're not the 4th worst team, the 5th worst team. They're better than Dallas. They're better than Sacramento, Phoenix, Memphis, Orlando, Atlanta, Brooklyn, Chicago.
Are you surprised with the Mavericks struggling? Mark Cuban, Shark Tank.
Is he just not focused anymore on the Mavs? Is he kind of just over them?
I don't know.
You would think that a team that's owned and run by Mark Cuban would compete. You don't hear about Mark Cuban as a Mavs owner anymore.
And the worst team in basketball right now, or second worst team. That's surprising.
I couldn't even name a player on the Mavericks besides Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk is a monster. He's still playing. I don't know how. He's the 5th leading scorer of all time, or 6th
He's
leading?
the current leading scorer in points in the NBA all time of active players.
Well, LeBron just passed him up.
Did he pass him?
I think so. Could be wrong. Yeah, I can't name Seth Curry.
Harrison Barnes, who was on the Warriors.
We got a Curry brother. That's it.
JJ Barea. I know him.
He's a small little guy. That's it.
Devin Harris.
Who's Wesley Matthews?
I don't know, but he's making almost $18 million.
Woo! 8 years in the league? 12
13
points game? Oh, man. We should be in the NBA.
He's younger than you.
Hey, man. What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying.
All right. Cool.
Porzingis versus Kyrie. Watch now.
Where do you see that? Oh, right here.
I wonder
We're not watching.
what's going on with the Knicks.
The Knicks are still horrible.
Do they make the playoffs?
Yeah. If the Pistons don't. That number 8 seed's going to be Pistons, Knicks.
Okay. And who's going to drop out? The 76ers?
Yeah, easy.
Or maybe the Pacers drop out as well.
Yeah, maybe. That whole 6, 7, 8 could just flop.
Who comes out of the East? January 31st. We're about, what is it? February, March. 2.5 months from playoffs?
I stick with LeBron. He's going to win it all. I don't think they'll win it all. Sorry. Let me correct. They're going to make it to the finals again.
Cleveland comes out of the East.
Cleveland comes out of the East. Out of the West, Steph Curry.
I would love to see Houston, Boston as my finals.
I would
think
love to see that
that'd be
too.
a fun finals to
A
watch.
nice shift in scene. But that's not going to happen.
How many years in a row has
LeBron's on 6 or 7 in a row?
he been to more championships in a row, or has Brady been to more AFC championships in a row?
I think Brady.
Brady,
Yeah.
I think this was his 7th
Yeah.
or 8th, and I think LeBron might be one back of him.
Yeah.
But crazy. The funny thing is that LeBron's done it with different teams.
3 teams.
He's done it right on 3 different stints, right?
Yeah.
He went Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland.
And then you're saying he's going to go to Houston. Fan base here thinks Houston.
I don't
or the
know.
Spurs.
Houston.
They think he's Texas bound.
I'd love to see him go to a big market.
I'd love to see him go to LA.
I'd love to see him go to LA. I'd love to see him go to New York. I'd just love to see that LeBron in a.
But I don't think he wins it.
He doesn't need it
win
either.
in the West.
He doesn't need it. Back in the day when you didn't have all this social media, all this availability to sports all the time via whether it's podcasts, idiots like us, or it's social media or whatever, when you didn't have that much availability, you didn't want to be in a smaller market. But now it doesn't matter if you're in a smaller market. Like LeBron's in a Cleveland market, it does not affect the LeBron James brand.
No.
He's still killing it. Everyone knows LeBron James. It's a different world we live in. But I'd still just like to see him. I'd love to see him in LA.
Yeah.
What about Clippers?
But there's no one. Why go to the West? There's no one to build around him.
The problem is if he goes to the West, he's got to compete with Houston. He's got to compete
With the Spurs, with
Golden
Warriors.
State. So if he doesn't go to Houston, I don't think it makes sense for him to go to the West. I think if he goes to the West, he has to go to the Houston or the Spurs. If he doesn't, he makes his path very difficult to win a championship, to get to the finals.
Yeah, I agree.
We agree?
He's staying in Cleveland.
Staying in Cleveland.
That's what you're telling me.
He goes to any team in the East, he automatically makes him a top 3 team.
Yeah, and they
Doesn't matter what
automatically
team.
go to the finals.
Doesn't matter what team you put LeBron James on in the East, he makes
Maybe
him.
not the Hawks or the Magic. Maybe even the Brooklyn Nets. The Bulls would be cool. Take over.
Is number 23 retired?
Number 23 is
He'd
retired.
have to go back to number 6.
Is number 23 retired on the Bulls and the Wizards, I think? I don't know. I think he was 45.
He was 45 on the Wizards.
Yeah.
When I come back like Jordan wearing the 4-5, hitting to play games with you.
Who's that?
That's
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z. Yeah.
Jay-Z in the
Jay-Z.
news making comments about Donald.
With Donald
That's
J.
the wrong guy to mess with, Donald
You
Trump.
don't want to mess with the guy who affects, your audits with the IRS.
You just don't talk trash about that guy. Even Jay-Z.
Respect. I got nothing but respect for the 46th president, 47th.
DJ? Donald Trump.
Do you have the dentist tomorrow?
Dentist tomorrow, 8:30
Tomorrow.
a.m.
All right. I want to know how it goes.
Just sent to my insurance. Should be cleared for takeoff.
Does she cover? She takes your insurance?
I don't know. I sent it. We'll find out in 12 hours.
All right.
Tomorrow's going to be a long day.
Sleeve? No, sleeve not till the
Sleeve's
night.
your problem.
Sleeve's my problem.
I got dentist, and I got something else tomorrow, too. I don't know. Work? Do we have to go to work?
No, you don't have to.
No, you're right. I could probably just go home and nap.
A little bit of somber news let's get to here.
Oh,
Switching gears to
good.
Major League Baseball.
The Padres are having a rough year. And
Kevin Towers, former general manager of the Padres, former general manager of the Diamondbacks, passed away the other day at age 56 from thyroid cancer. Young guy. The stuff that I was reading about him, as just a human being, just, good guy.
best GM in Padre history? Question mark?
I'd say so. I think he helped them build Petco Park.
Helped them build Petco Park. Took us to the playoffs.
Yep.
Took us to the World Series. He did what no other GM could actually do.
Yeah, Padres have been getting rave reviews though about their farm club, about their young prospects, especially in the shortstop position.
Well, that doesn't help me.
No,
not season ticket holders.
No,
yeah.
But big loss for baseball.
We lost Kevin Towers. We lost who else this year? The broadcaster.
Oh, Dick Enberg.
And we lost someone else.
Dick Enberg, Kevin Towers.
We lost Tony.
That was a couple of years ago.
There's a documentary coming out on Tony.
Oh yeah, Mr. Padre.
That's going to be sad. Must watch for us.
Yep.
We lost Jerry Coleman.
That was a couple of years ago also.
So we've lost a lot of superstars. Who's next?
Hopefully not us.
Well.
Hashtag not us. That should be the new hashtag.
No, you just disrespected the hashtag.
No?
Hashtag me too. That's kind of phased out too.
Yeah, you haven't been hearing a lot about.
They got Steve Wynn. We talk about that.
We did. We talked about it being legally blind.
I still don't get it. I tried to
I don't know what
he
did.
I don't know either.
Every man with power has a target on their back.
And on the front. Wink, wink. In conclusion, sad day for the Padres.
Yep.
What do you got?
And speaking of the end.
Oh.
The end of Chief Wahoo in 2019 from the Cleveland Indians logo.
Why not immediately? Why do they need time to come up with a logo? Then don't announce it.
I don't get the big deal. Maybe because I'm not Native American.
It's an Indian.
Native American.
Yeah. I mean, the logo
is a Native American.
Cleveland Indians.
Right. Should they change their names to the Cleveland Native Americans?
They should change it if they're changing.
And how about what I think is even worse and more derogatory is the Washington Redskins. They're called the Redskins. That's worse than a Chief Wahoo logo.
I don't know. I don't understand two things. Why they're removing it. Did Donald approve this?
Probably not.
Donald got mad for removing statues. Confederate statues. There's no way he approved this.
I just don't get it.
And why 2019? Why not this coming season? You have 3 months to make jerseys.
If you have an issue with Chief Wahoo,
is that his real name?
Yeah.
Okay.
With Chief Wahoo, then you must have an issue with the Washington Redskins. Just I don't know. How can you change names and logos and all that? It's too late.
Who cares?
I don't.
Do they really get that much hate mail?
And the thing is, even though they're not going to be using anymore, they're going to continue to sell the merchandise. Which doesn't make any... So they're just going to profit off it.
Profit off of racism. I love it. Mm-hmm. Story of the American dream.
Yeah. And then what else in baseball do we have? It looks like the Kansas City Royals might be making room to sign Hosmer. They traded Lorenzo Cain over to the Brewers. Also, the Brewers received Christian Yelich in a trade from Miami Marlins, who are just getting rid of everybody.
So what does that do to Braun?
So now with those extra 2 outfielders, Ryan Braun might go over to first base. I heard that he's going to spend some time there in spring training. They'll see if they can place Braun at first base and keep his bat in the lineup.
Smart way to do it.
Yeah, not bad. Brewers, I think they might have a decent season.
Me and Sleeve went to the Brew Crew Stadium this year.
That's right.
Boring.
The problem is with the Brewers, they're in a really tough division with the Cardinals and the Cubs.
So they have tailgating every game. Baseball tailgating. That's their one thing they're known for. So we drove by the parking lot, and there's tents and barbecues. And
does it get a little crazy?
It was crazy. And keep in mind, it was raining. They didn't care. So these baseball fans just stop what they're doing in Milwaukee. First of all, I don't even know how anyone survives in Milwaukee.
It's a little chilly.
There's one big corporation there, and I think it's that beer company, Milwaukee Coors Light or Bud Light. There's one big brewery there.
Bud Light is from St. Louis.
Oh yes.
Coors Light.
I think it was Coors because my Uber driver.
But don't you think Coors would be from Colorado? The Rocky Mountains, Coors Field, where the Colorado Rockies play.
Maybe it was Bud Light?
Old Milwaukee?
No. 10 iconic Milwaukee beers.
Miller Field.
Why did you think of that? Good job. Miller Brewing Company. I guess it's the biggest source of income for some of these people out there. Worked there their whole lives.
Speaking of big companies, I know it's a little bit of a tangent here, but did you see the thing with Amazon and whoever teaming up to provide their own health insurance?
Smart.
Crazy.
Smart.
What's going to happen with the health insurance industry?
Making America great again.
Should we short some health insurance stocks?
And put all our money into Amazon?
Amazon. What are they against next?
Everything.
Supermarkets now.
They started off as a book.
Books. Did you see the picture of Jeff Bezos in his
Oh, that's
basement,
going viral. Everyone's
in his
posting
basement?
that. For some odd reason, that came back this last week, and everyone thinks they have a chance because he started in his garage. Listen, you are not Jeff Bezos. You do not have a chance. Sorry to break it to you.
What makes Jeff Bezos so smart? Like, you don't hear about him like you heard about Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or anybody like that.
Bill Gates was Bill Gates. Steve Jobs was just an innovator, right? He just came up with...
Steve Jobs created something that you didn't know you needed,
and then he
needed it.
And he found someone to create it for him, and then he sold it to the public. Jeff Bezos found a service, buying and selling books online, and then he said, wait a minute, why don't I just do this for everything? Now you can't even buy a book online. I tried to buy a book the other day, or sell my book, and I couldn't even do it.
There's a whole thing with school books about how to make a bunch of money from buying and selling books at the right time, and
that's been going on for years.
Yeah.
Even I know that, and I didn't.
It's got to be all about kids these days. They have to have their tablets and bring their tablets with the textbooks on.
Kids these days.
I remember when I went to class, I would carry a bunch of heavy-ass books in my backpack, and I'd have to lug it to class, and I wouldn't even read it.
Because they were too outdated.
But...
Let's see who called me.
It's probably some elite or something.
Demon DC. That's always good. It's not elite. Maybe it's Rami.
Rami Realtor.
Pick it up?
Nah.
Sorry, Rami. We're live.
So...
Hockey time.
My other one thing in baseball,
baseball,
interesting to see, the New York Mets going with closer by committee. You have Rami's name spelt wrong, by the way.
Yeah. I've had it for 15 years.
Okay, just making sure that you're aware of it.
He's aware.
So, interesting to see the Mets go with a closer by committee. I haven't seen a team do that in a while, at least to start the season. Or at least say that they're going to have an open competition at least, and see if anything comes of that, and they can get people to stand out.
Does it work Or do you just go with...
I've always been a fan of not having a closer for the ninth inning. I don't know if we've talked about this. I've talked about this with a lot of people.
Not having a closer for the ninth inning.
Correct.
How does that work?
If you're up by 3 runs, ninth inning, no one on base, that's not the most important time in the game per se. It could have been in the 8th inning with 1 out and a runner on second up by 1 run.
So you're saying just get a relief pitcher in there.
I'm saying you do not have a closer who you're going to try to rack up the save stat with. You want your best pitcher. You can call him whatever you want. Call him your closer. Call him your ace of the bullpen. I don't care what you want to call him, but I want my best guy in the bullpen to be pitching in the situation that needs him most. I don't care if that's the 9th inning, the 8th inning, the 7th inning. If my starter is not in there, if I need a guy from the pen, if I have a situation where he needs to be used, then I'm going to use him. I'm not going to save him for up 3 with no outs and no runners on. When I could be in the 8th inning, no outs, runners on first and second. I'd rather have him then.
So maybe we change the stat requirement.
That's why I don't even like the stat. 93 or something, 90-something% of the time, any pitcher in Major League Baseball should be able to get 3 outs
Easily.
And close the game.
Yeah.
Should be able to get 3 outs.
I like the position, personally.
They talk about the pressure, the mindset, everything like that, but if I was running a baseball team, I would do things differently, and that would be one of the biggest differences that I do.
Why is there like a mental... Like, why can't a starter go in there? Whenever I see a starting pitcher try to come in and close a game in the playoffs, they always crumble. Why is that?
I don't know. I really don't get it. I guess
it's the brain.
It's the pressure of knowing there's only 3 outs left, and you have to get it done, because if you don't, that's the game.
And you can't
It's like having your field goal kicker.
Yeah.
It's that kind of mindset. And we'll talk about that more as the baseball season comes on. And baseball's a long, grueling season. 162 games, I think it is, that they play. And it's just long. It's just tons of games with division rivals. And it's a really long, drawn-out season. But it's fun. I enjoy baseball. But it's a marathon and not a sprint baseball. And I like to say it's a thinking man's game. For somebody who likes a lot of action and fast pace and everything, it's not for them.
I like the NBA and the MLB. I think NFL, it's a little too slow for me.
My issue lately with the NFL is that all these rules, you can't hit the player, you can't go at the player in this position, in that position. It's taken away from the game.
Can't do anything.
You have to always be thinking before you're acting.
Yep.
So it takes away that instinct. And I think that's an issue for the league that they're dealing with. And going kind of back to the XFL, I don't know what the XFL is going to be like in terms of rules, in terms of high hits, low hits, everything like that. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what kind of pay they're going to have, what kind of players they're going to attract. I think it's 8 teams in the first year, they said. San Diego would be a perfect city for a team.
Let's do it. Let's make a bid. XFL.
They have the stadium.
Already there. We have the fan base.
They have a fan base who's dying for some
What would you
professional football. I don't know. I don't know what we'd call them.
Oh, there goes Max.
But
Max, no barking.
that's a good it's a good city for them. And as we wrap up here, I know we're at that 1 hour mark.
The 1 hour mark.
We like to keep it.
We did it.
Little NHL talk right here. Jaromir Jagr, 45 years old, been in the league for ever since I can remember. It looks like it's the end of his career in the NHL.
He got cut, right? I saw.
Yeah, he was put on unconditional waivers. Contract was terminated by the Calgary Flames. Injuries for the season. It was just rough for him. He's signing with a team in the Czech Republic. I would think his time with the NHL is over. All-time second leading scorer in the NHL behind the one and only Wayne Gretzky. Interesting stat for you there. My New York Islanders will be returning to Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
I saw that. We talked about that last week.
Where it was officially announced on Monday.
12 games, right?
They will play 12 games there next season, and then possibly more the season after that and the season after that, while their new arena in Belmont is being built. So the New York Islanders returning to Nassau Coliseum, Long Island there for at least 12 games next season, and we'll see from then on. All-Star game, exciting 3-on-3 action.
Different.
I watched a lot of it. It was fun to watch. And then Vegas Golden Knights. I know I talk about them every week. How they're my West Coast team. I root for them, except if they are playing the New York Islanders. Islanders only team so far to sweep them. Won both games against the Vegas Golden Knights this year. But Vegas Golden Knights returned to action after the All-Star break. Scored 3 goals in the last 2 minutes to overcome a 2-1 deficit and win 4-2. Fun team to watch. They have that energy. They're fast. They're quick. If you're going to watch an NHL game this season, I recommend watching the Vegas Golden Knights. So that's the Saks Hockey Minute for you. How'd I do, Messiah?
Oh, what? I fell asleep. Sorry.
Oh, man.
No one talks about hockey.
Oh, man.
As much as Saks talks about hockey. Unbelievable.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think that's it for me.
That's it. We're going to try to do a weekend show maybe.
No, I don't know. Maybe you and Sleeve do one. I don't know.
I don't know if I can handle just Sleeve.
That would be good.
Sleeve doesn't even need a sidekick. Sleeve can just talk.
Sleeve will just
Sleeve
talk.
was texting us his comments to the past 4 shows. He just listened to them all, and we just got all of his texts. Speaking of all the texts, I woke up this morning to a thread with you and Sleeve, 157 texts.
And I tried to get you to respond later on and try to beat that record, but you didn't.
No, I got shit to do, man.
No, you don't.
I ain't
you
got
woke
time
up at
for
7 a.m.,
text
bro.
threads.
You woke up at 7 a.m.
7:17, get it right.
7:17.
7:17, and I hit snooze once. And I was still in work by 8:30.
How long is your snooze button? I mean,
9 minutes, I think.
9 minutes.
I think it's 9 minutes on the iPhone. You can adjust it.
I think you can. I think there's
Can
an
you?
app. I've adjusted mine.
Huh. I'm just look into that.
I hate the snooze button, man.
I used to hate
Why
it.
is that
I
there?
still hate it.
Why?
Let's talk about it next time. We're losing listeners now. We're past
We're
that
gaining
hour.
listeners.
Are we?
We got 2 now.
We got 2? We had 4 at one point.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Who's Mikal?
That's my boy, Mike.
Oh, I know Mike.
Yeah.
It sounded very foreign, so I did not know the name.
Yeah, he spells it a little, a little different.
A little sexy for you, my friend.
It's kind of like Amrish.
Amrish is more Indian, my friend. Okay. Irish. All right, that's it for me.
Next time we talk, we will be talking about the Super Bowl champions. We will talk about snooze buttons and why the time, what's the optimal time. Maybe we'll talk about power naps, little sleep apnea, and we'll get to some sports while we're at it.
Might as well.
Massieh, Thesportswire, Saks and Massieh. Thanks for listening.
Peace.